Now we continue our truth test blitz this week with a final look at the Republican race for governor.
This time, our Grant Herms is testing claims from former Oklahoma City Mayor Mick Cornett. Grant, good morning.
Well, good morning. Like his opponents, Cornett's ads have been mostly about himself and his record. Today's truth test takes a look at what Cornett is saying about his long run as mayor.
It's time to stop.
In his run for governor, Mick Cornett is leaning heavily on his 14 years as Oklahoma City's mayor. In a recent ad, he makes some pretty big claims.
As a mayor, we diversified our economy, creating nearly 100,000 new jobs and nearly 10,000 new businesses.
Are those numbers true? Well, it depends on the number. Let's take a closer look. The first number is a ranking. The ad says Oklahoma City is 7th in the U.S., but doesn't say what for or where the ranking comes from. We had to reach out to the Cornett campaign to find the list. It's this one from Wallet Hub back in May. It does rank Oklahoma City at 7th in economic diversity, but only if you look at diversity by industry. Oklahoma City ranked overall at number 55, with low ranks in job and worker class diversity, so we'll call this one misleading. The other two numbers were a little harder to find. They're both from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Between 2004 and 2018, the years he was in office, Cornett says Oklahoma City saw an overall increase in jobs by more than 100,000. It was actually closer to 110,000. It's hard to tell, though, whether it was Cornett's policies or the boom of oil and gas in the late 2000s that's behind the increase, but we'll still give that one a true. The final number looks like this, another steady incline. Cornett's website says Oklahoma City grew by 9,400 companies, and the ad says 10,000. According to the BLS, the actual number is close to 10,100 new businesses in Oklahoma City. So that one also gets a true.
And for those of you keeping score at home, this ad for Mick Cornett gets a misleading and 2 trues. Tomorrow we'll be turning our truth test lens to something just a little bit different. But as always, you can send your truth tests that need testing to us on Facebook, Twitter, and of course, truthtest@news9.net.
All right, and Grant, we said earlier this week we weren't doing the Democratic side. Let's remind viewers why that is.
Right, so we're not doing that, at least not ahead of the primaries here, mostly because the Democratic candidate in the lead is Drew Edmondson, and he's got a pretty sizable lead. Last check, about 30 points on his opponent, and the Republican race, as we said earlier, is in a dead heat, so we thought it might be more value to do the Republican side of the race.
It's next Tuesday, so what are you tackling next?
Tomorrow, we'll start our look at State Question 788, the legalization of medical marijuana. I know a lot of folks wanted the Attorney General's race. We just don't have enough time to tackle both major issues, and thought with the start of these new ads out, we might as well look at the legalization of medical marijuana for the next couple days.
All right, Grant, thank you. Great job.